Welcome to the bright side of aging. My name is Ike Engelbaum. I'm a pharmacist and the publisher of AmericanSeniorGazette.org. It has been wisely said, you cannot help getting older, but you can help getting old. It has also been said that age is a matter of the mind. If you don't mind, it doesn't matter. My purpose in doing the show is so that seniors and caregivers can share their ideas and questions on how we can age gracefully and in a vertical position for as long as our good genes will allow. And if we've inherited bad genes, how to outwit them. Our topics include senior housing, financial, legal, safety, travel, health issues, interesting senior events in the community, and most of all, tips on how to put old on hold. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters, healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment. Independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruise Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruise Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruise Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
And welcome. And hope your day is off to a moving or a slow start, or at least a start. Worst thing in life, if you don't start, you never get anywhere. And as we age, it's more and more important that we keep on moving. And even if it's a slow walk, it's better than sitting down doing nothing. So by all means, keep on moving. And I cannot stress our sponsors' messages strongly enough. And we just heard about the house calls on wheels where we can help you stay in your own home. Well, believe it or not, we now, with a technology, if you're worried about a parent or family member that's out in California and you're in Michigan, we can have cameras installed so you can stay in touch. And as the ad goes, with Aberdeen Van Lines, who's owned by a veteran, we can help you move as well and have you set up in your new setup. You know, one of the saddest things that I encounter as I age is when I go to a funeral and you meet people before the eulogy and afterward, and they tell you how wonderful that human being was, and you didn't realize while they were alive as to how really connected you all were. And it's even worse if your family suddenly loses you and they don't have any memories of you. But thank goodness for entrepreneur and really terrific type achievers. There's hope where you can maintain your family legacy. And the Tom HYTE from HYTE Photo and his brother have decided to carry on the tradition of not just, doing photographs, but they've captured what is available today. And Tom HYTE is located right on Orchard Lake, HYTE Photo, right on Orchard Lake Road, south of Maple. And the other location is at Lajer and Maple. And they're both dynamic young men who can help you in preserving your family memories. And I really am looking forward to talking to Tom HYTE that, hey, rather than just having a bunch of photographs of family events in boxes all over the place, wouldn't it be great if you could use modern technology and have it prepared so that the grandkids and their grandkids know what it's all about. And best described is a photo archiving project that Tom is involved with. So I'd like to have you hear right from Mr. Tom HYTE in person. Hello, Tom HYTE.
Hello, Ike. Thank you for the great introduction and kind words, and hello to all the wonderful listeners out there. I'm happy to be here, and good morning to everybody.
Well, great. For those of you that don't know your background, you're really active in various organizations, the West Bloomfield Chamber of Commerce, and also you've gotten involved with the Optimist Club. You give back, and everybody in these organizations speaks so highly of you, and I'm really so glad that you've teamed up with us, and hope to see you at our Entrepreneur Network meeting on November the 20th out in Wall Lake as part of the Lakes Area Chamber of Commerce. So as they say in the chambers, they usually ask you to give your 60-second elevator pitch. So go for it. Tom HYTE, what is your 60-second elevator pitch?
Well, thank you again, Ike. Basically, I'm third generation of family running HYTE Photo. Was started by my grandfather back in 1924. We just celebrated 100 years last year, and one of the things we do, besides printing on all kinds of cool stuff nowadays, or you can print on just about anything, metal and wood and canvas, is archiving. Archiving is a big issue with people. It causes a lot of stress and people not to be able to sleep well at night because they're worried about losing their family's history. And the big hurdle is that people don't know where to start. Like, what do I do first? And that's where we come in to help. We have collaboration tables here in the lobby of our stores where you can bring in your boxes from the basement, and we break it down for you and figure out what it's going to cost to digitize everything. And then we have solutions for actually preserving what you've eliminated, and ways to store that stuff with cloud services and things like that we can let you in on.
Well, you just prompted a thought. So many of us that are concerned that if we have a fire or something, have a fireproof type box, and many times you leave it in storage in a bank so that way you can maintain that. I think that'd be a great idea to have a similar type box for archiving family members' life. And I really appreciate that you sent me a really fantastic checklist, as we could call it a punch list, of how do you prepare for the archiving project. And you've got it beautifully set up, and anybody that wants to have a copy of it, they can call our toll-free number, 888-489-8980. And if you'd like, you might want to give out your address and phone number so that people can either come by and pick up the copy, or we can mail it out to them. Go for it. Where are you located, and what is the phone number?
Okay, well, basically, we're on 6704 Orchard Lake Road in West Bloomfield, just south of 15 Mile, in the mall with Crispelli's. And the Preparing Your Photo Archiving Project checklist is very well written and easy to navigate. There's basically 4 steps on there. Gathering is an important part. Not only the things that you have, but as long as you're doing this, you can contact other family members and see if there's other things that should be included in the collection. And then once you get that all together, then comes the sorting. You want to eliminate duplicates and, things that you may not even need to have digitized. The rule of thumb on that is if it tells a story, then it's a keeper. If it's just a picture of a sunset or something like that with nobody in it or no way to know where that is, that may not be something that you need to save and archive. And that would be, the third step with elimination there, where you weed it down and eliminate the stuff you don't really need. And then I touched on cloud storage and preserving the images. That's become easier than ever. 10 years ago, you used to have to make, bunches of DVDs and hand them out to everybody in the family, and those were bad because if you got a thumbprint on it, they wouldn't play and all that. So once you get the stuff on a flash drive from us, you can upload it to your cloud service, and then give your family access to that. So you're not the one that's going through and pulling the photo of Aunt Margaret and giving it to so-and-so, or your family can pick through and see and watch whatever they like. So that's become much easier, too.
And in the checklist that you sent me, there's reference that as far as preserving and cloud storage, you can put it on a computer hard drive or, like you said, a thumb drive. In fact, what I really like about this checklist, if you are interested again, we'd be glad to send it out to you. You have it broken down to the 4 categories. Gather your stuff together and ask them to bring stuff that you can put together. And now with Thanksgiving right around the corner, why not send out an email or ask each member to bring the photographs of their former Thanksgiving dinners. And you could have a whole sort of different wonderful memories. So when you boil it down, there's 4 categories. Number 1, gather. You put that together. And then sort. Number 3, eliminate. And number 4 is preserve, so that you can have it there for as long as your family relationships are still around, and even afterward. And I just wondered, you've got a beautiful setup there at a retail location. People can actually video right in your studio. Is that right?
Yes, that's right. And everything that we digitize is done here in the building. It's not sent away. So that's another important thing, too, I forgot to mention.
Yeah, no, I'll tell you, I keep hearing these ads where you send it out in a couple of days or so, they can process it. But what if it doesn't get there, huh? What do you do there? And not to sound too depressing, just this morning they announced one of the UPS airplanes unfortunately crashed. Whatever was on that plane unfortunately is gone. So here, right in West Bloomfield on Orchard Lake Road, you walk in to HYTE Photo, and if you want to have a pizza right next door, that's Chris Bellaway's.
Yeah.
So you can really enjoy it. I just wondered as to the format. If someone comes in, do you have a regular format to bring out with their life? You have a sort of a standard type of questioning process for people to highlight their life, to prompt them. Do you do that?
Yeah, we sure do. You're talking about if you do a recording in the studio?
Right, yes.
Yeah, we have a like a question sheet that's, boiled down to, important questions to ask that person that you can follow, an outline basically.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So, in other words, you can have it set up that way, and they can have a video as well as the archives involved, and you also are involved in HYTE Photo. You can help people if they're in business to get various promotional materials together. Is that correct?
You bet. Yeah, we do full press printing services, everything you need for your business, or if you're doing a booth at a convention or something like that. We do signage. We basically pack the stores with equipment. We've got laser etchers and UV printers and wide format printers and mounters and laminators, and we pack both stores with different equipment, and then we run a route between the two stores twice a day, so that way we can offer more products in-house and not have to rely on outside people to fill the orders.
Wow, that's fantastic, and I am impressed with the fact that it's so accessible. It's right in that shopping center south of Maple on Orchard Lake Road, and I also am impressed with the fact that you make it so easy in terms of getting the information together. And correct me if I'm wrong, but if people do a fair amount of, or at least a decent amount of sorting and all, the project could start as low as $100 or less, or obviously more if more is involved. But people are always worried, how much is it going to be? But you could conceivably start a great package for almost $100. Is that right?
Yes, and the prices keep dropping down because the scanners keep getting better and better. Like a slide used to be $3 or $4, $5 at some places to scan a single slide, and the new scanner that we're running takes the Kodak slide trays, and it drops each slide down, scans it, pops it up, and goes to the next one. So I can start a tray and press a button and walk away, and that's brought the pricing down for a slide all the way to 50 cents from $4 or $5 each. So the scanners keep getting better, the labor keeps going down, and that in turn goes right to our customers as far as savings.
Wow, that's fantastic. And I'm looking forward to actually being with you on November the 12th, which from 11 to 12 at the Caustic Senior Center. And if you're looking for more information, Tom's going to be there, and he can give you more details on it. We have 11 to 12, we have what we call a new friends group. One of the worst things that people do to themselves as they age is that they want to maintain relationships for family, friends that they've gathered over the years. And unfortunately, when they're gone, they really are very reluctant to make new relationships. Please don't get there, because that's very depressing. For those people in your life that have gone, assuming you've been wise enough to take advantage of an archiving project, you have their memories in film. But for those that unfortunately you haven't done, meet us at the Caustic Center, 11 to 12. It's 28600 West 11 Mile Road, next to the Mercy High School. And if you have transportation difficulty with Smart Bus, we can have you picked up and brought to the center and also take you back home. And many times it's free or it's $2 each way. So by all means, make new friends. And as they say, make new friends, but keep the old. One is silver and one is gold. That's a bad rendition of something important. And if you're interested in having a preservation of your family, it could start as little as $100. Why not call Tom HYTE? And Tom, why don't you give out your phone number twice before we take our break? Go ahead.
Sure. I'm going to be at the gathering there, and I'll bring these Prepping Your Photo Archiving Project sheets. And we're HYTE
great.
Photo. Yeah, I'll be there to answer questions, and we're HYTE Photo at 248-851-6340. And if anybody wants me to email them this sheet directly, you can get me at my email. It's an easy one. It's just tom@hytephoto.com.
Mm-hmm. And HYTE is spelled HITE, right?
Yes, yes, thank you.
So if you want to go to the heights in your life, get a hold of Tom HYTE. Tom's been a great pleasure to have you on the air. We'll talk again soon. Right now, I want to take a brief break, and we'll be right back. Don't go away.
When it's time to move, don't trust all your memories and most prized possessions to just some guys with a truck. Get personalized first-class treatment from bonded and experienced moving professionals. If you're confused about all the details involved in moving from one household to another, call 1-888-489-8980. Is always the concern of who should I call about the utilities? How shall I handle my household appliances? What should I do about my pets? What do I need to handle in advance of the move? For a free brochure titled Practical Hints to Make Moving Day Easier, call Aberdeen Van Lines at 1-888-489-8980. We can even help you in selling your home or any furniture that you may no longer wish for your next move. Let Aberdeen help make your move a dream. So call 1-888-489-8980 now.
And now I want to just remind you again that as far as getting together, if you are unable to come to our meeting at the Caustic Center on November the 12th, by all means, I'd be glad to help you start a discussion group at your church or other senior center near you. I cannot tell you how important it is to communicate with one another. And there are so many wonderful projects that you can get involved with. And one of my new ventures that I'd love to have you involved is called Music Men's Minds. Music Men's Minds was started by a Dr. Carol Rosenstein, who's a psychologist, whose husband has Alzheimer's. And she decided she wanted to help him to try to stay in touch, even though unfortunately, he wasn't really able to. And by the way, it's also helpful with Parkinson patients. What it is, she took out a couple of drums and started beating the drums. And guess what? He started getting into the rhythm of the beats of the drum. Our brains are so set up that the last portion of our brain that stays connected, interesting enough, is with music. And when you can connect with someone who's got minor dementia or maybe even more serious dementia, music many times can stimulate that connection. If you'd like more information, please call 888-489-8980. We can help you start your own drum circle. It's fun because what are you talking about when you say, hey, beats in the drum? You know, I never really thought about it until I got more involved. Is that you realize when you hear a band or any music group, the drummer really sets the beat of what you're listening to. Likewise, our heart is beats, right? We are rhythmically inclined. Why do we have so much enjoyment when we dance? Because you're getting into the rhythm of the music and the other person. So if you're interested in more information on how musicmensminds.org and you want to start a similar project like that in your area, if you're a member of the Rotary Club or the Optimus Club, I am in West Bloomfield. We started it. And if you're interested, please call me at 888-489-8980. That's 888-489-8080. And forget the voicemail jail. There are so many free services that you can benefit from. Are you aware, as a veteran, you are entitled to free transportation? Especially residents in Farmington Hills and in most of the Oakland County area, Smart Bus has got services that can pick you up at your door, take you to grocery shopping, and bring you back home, sometimes for as little as $2 each way. Sometimes it's a little bit more. But if you want to help a fellow senior, why not give them a gift card for a Smart Bus service? You do have to call ahead and just plan ahead. But if you are having difficulty planning ahead, give us a call anyway, and we can try to help you get affordable transportation. That's 888-489-8980. Unfortunately, I cannot give you any more tips today, but I'll tell you the next time we get together. And I always like to leave this segment with my favorite parting thought, which is, yesterday is history. Tomorrow is a mystery. Today is a gift. And that's why we call it the present. Please enjoy your present by looking and living life with the bright side of aging.
Welcome to the Entrepreneurs Network radio show. Our mission is to interview successful entrepreneurs who are willing to share with us their ideas and experiences, both the successes and the failures. Because as it has been jokingly said, you should learn from the mistakes of others because you'll never live long enough to make them all yourself. My name is Ike Engelbaum, and I'm the founder of the Entrepreneurs Network of Michigan, which is a group of motivated people that are all interested in helping each other in achieving our personal and professional goals. Please check out our website, EntrepreneursNetworkofMichigan.com, for meeting schedule as well as self-improvement material. Our philosophy is that if it's to be, it's up to me. If you are 50 and above, one of the biggest decisions aside from your financial situation is where and how you should live. Our professional staff at HOW, stands for House Calls on Wheels, is ready to help you if you call 888-489-8980 for a free consultation as to whether you should stay in your current home or renovate it with a customized healthcare suite in your attached garage. Yes, you can have living quarters healthcare suite in your attached garage, or we can attach it to your home. We can install ramps, walkways, and bathtubs, stair glides, and bring in insurance-covered medical professional medical staff that is covered by your insurance, or affordable non-medical help, or move into a senior apartment, independent, assisted living center. We can do it all, or just give us a free call. It has been wisely said that in life you feel in one of two ways. You do without thinking, or you think without doing. Please let us help you do what's best for you to do at no charge. Just call 888-489-8980 and let us know what time we can call you or visit with you at no charge. Remember, asking for help is not a weakness, but it's a strength. Please call us at 888-489-8980 and let us help you stay strong and age in dignity. For over 30 years, Cruz Hearing and Service has helped thousands of people improve their hearing and enjoy the sounds of their life again. If you don't hear as well as you like, Cruz Hearing can help you. They have actually hearing aids that the batteries do not need to be recharged. And they also have a caption phone that you can view for free. And also the phone, if you are over 65, is available to you free. So any phone calls you get, you can see captioned if you don't hear that well. Hey, they've got other stuff. If you'd like the free cookbook, call 1-888-489-8980. That's available. You can call Cruz Hearing Direct at 877-456-2789. The number direct is 877-456-2789.
And welcome. I just want to highlight a couple of things about our sponsors. We talked about House Calls on Wheels. That's working with Handy Pro, who you probably have seen and heard advertised. Handy Pro is a husband and wife team that started the company because they were so frustrated in taking care of their parents that they got their runaround. They decided that they would renovate homes, walk-in bathtubs, stair glides, so they could stay in their own home. They got a beautiful showroom at Orchard Lake Road and Grand River in Farmington Hills. And if you're interested to see it, we can actually provide free transportation if you're in the Farmington Hills area. And we can pick you up at your home, take you, show you the showroom, and see how you can stay in your own home and not have to go into a retirement home. And as far as Cruz Hearing, I'm a loyal customer of Felix Cruz and his son. They now have 3 offices. One is in Farmington, actually on Orchard Lake Road, just south of 12. The other one is on Waterford on Huron Drive, and the other one is in Taylor. So you can either go to their office or they'll even make a house call. I found out an interesting thing. And what do they tell you in entrepreneurship? Is to be able to speak and listen. But more important is to listen. A great line, I call it an Ikeism. It's not my original. It says, God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth so that we would listen for twice as long as we speak. Unfortunately, not all of us practice that, and I'm guilty of that myself. But in order to hear, you have to have good hearing. So that's why you should check your hearing, because otherwise you may be losing out in your business as well as in your personal relationships. And guess what? So many times, the only reason you don't hear as well is because you accumulate earwax. It plugs your hearing. You may not even need hearing aids except just get the earwax out. And guess what? The Cruise Hearing, he will only charge you $50 if you come in to have your earwax removed, and you can see some of the other devices he has. We've got so many great, wonderful things available to you if you make the right connection. And one of the most wonderful connections you can make if you're in business is to surround yourself by talented people in terms of the media. And ROSH SILLARS has actually taken advantage of that because he's a brilliant guy when it comes to digitizing your world and also getting involved with Google business. And his company from ROSH SILLARS is the ROSH Media Group. Hello, ROSH.
Hey, how are you?
It's wonderful. And I always like for people to introduce themselves so people that are listening want to know, why am I listening to this guy? So give us your 60-second elevator pitch. ROSH, go for it.
Sure thing. ROSH Media, the ROSH Group actually, is basically a Google-focused marketing company, helping people get found on Google. We also use AI and help people get found within AI. And so that is our focus, helping businesses get found. And I'm easy to find, rosh.media, or you can call me at 248-733-5525.
Now let me ask you, is it belittling Google's reputation? I come from I hate to say old school, the senior school. We used to use yellow pages. Now I understand we got Google business pages. Is that the high-tech yellow pages?
In a sense, it's kind of like that. When you Google something, very specifically a trade, say, for example, my mother needed a dishwasher repair person the other day. And so we put in dishwasher repair where she lived, and up popped a number of selections nearby. And so those were on Google business pages. And it's important for local businesses to keep theirs, to one, claim them and make sure they're updated so people can find them, especially local businesses.
So as far as the use, who are they most helpful for?
Mostly for local small businesses, people in the trades, plumber, electrician, construction, but also retail stores, brick and mortar stores, where you have an actual location. And it's important because these business pages are placed above the traditional search results. And so it makes it easy for people to find. Google picks 3 different businesses to show you. And so quite often it's really important to make sure that you're there because it's right underneath the ads. So if someone doesn't select the ads, the next opportunity to be found is through the Google business pages, but they're very geolocation specific and focused.
Now, don't want to throw you off track, but in the old days or senior days, with the yellow pages, you could get a full page ad or quarter page ad. Does Google Business Page allow you to capitalize on maybe getting more information paged, or are you restricted just for the name and the phone number?
No, it's actually a page. It's almost like a Google website, a website that is hosted by Google. And the thing that you don't have to deal with is paying because it's free. Mm-hmm. And so unlike the yellow pages where you're going to spend a lot of money for a full-page ad, you don't have to pay anything. And you can update it whenever you wish, and you can get reviews. When you see Google reviews online, that is hosted on your Google business page. And so you encourage people to go to your Google business page to leave that review, which is very helpful for Google to help to determine who's a good person to recommend or not.
Now, are you able to identify how many people actually pulled up your information, or that's a separate service?
Yeah. No, that's part of the same service. Great question, Ike. Yes, there are analytics in there. You can see how many people came to your page, how many called. I believe in some cases how many people actually came to your store if you have a location. I know Google does track that. I'm not 100% if that's the case, but probably is the case for your Google business page. And so, yeah, there's a lot of opportunity to see how successful it is. It'll let you know how many people called, how many people were looking for directions to your place, and so forth. So there's a lot of good information.
Well, speaking of good information, I'm wondering as to whether you said you can change it without additional cost, whether when you
Correct.
post on the business page and you get X number of calls, but you say, I'd like more calls, maybe add something different to see if that additional information or whatever you popped in your head may get you more calls. Is that doable? And to test different...
It can. Well, for Google, activity is key, whether it's your own website or your Google business page. So you can put up your store times, the times that you're open, days and holidays in which you are not open. You can upload photographs. You can upload videos. And so keeping your page active, along with having new people review your business, really does help in terms of Google wanting to serve and share your page. So you can get more views by being more active. If you're not getting enough, well, you can always advertise on Google too. But in this situation, your Google business page, it's free. And again, you can update it as much as you want.
Now, I feel every time I have a discussion with you, like Einstein's wife was asked if she could understand her husband's theories, and she said, well, let me put it this way. I could understand the words, but I couldn't understand the sentences. So likewise, when you say you can update and all that stuff, does your company provide a service for people who want to have an active Google business page? Is that part of what you do? Or can you do that?
For some clients, yes. But I think the majority of businesses can do it themselves. All you have to do is go to Google/business. And you need to be signed into your Google account, and you can claim your business and set up everything. So all you have to do is go to Google/business and regularly update. And it's pretty self-explanatory. The people that we do it for are generally people who just don't have time to do it and don't want to deal with it at all. And so, yes, we would support them when that's necessary. But I'm going to say 90% of the time, most businesses can do it themselves.
Right. I'm one of those people that needs your help. That's why I keep having you call in. So if anyone is interested in my category, what number do you want to give out again? Go ahead.
Sure. 248-733-5525. 248-733-5525. And we can help guide people for Google My Business. But if you want to expand for larger SEO, search engine optimization type stuff, because Google My Business is very focused in your local area. So if you want to expand beyond that, that's when you hire someone like me to expand your exposure within Google for other areas of business.
Well, that's what I admire about you, and I know you've spoken to our entrepreneur network group and to the Rotary and the Optimist Club, and if anyone is out there involved in any of business organization, ROSH is available. He's a great speaker, and every time we have him as a speaker, the parting question is, when can you come back? I just wondered, what can you do to help people rank better?
Well, when we rank websites, so the Google My Business page is a website under Google's control, but you have your own website in general, and we help your personal website, your business website rank better. And again, a lot of the same rules apply. It just has to do with activity. Although you don't have reviews, you do have links, and we help develop those links to the website. We work on the website, develop interlinking strategies, and develop keyword research. I mean, there's hundreds of things that we can do. Part of our job is to know which ones are important for your website in your category. And so that's what we will do for businesses to help their website get found overall within Google and Yahoo, and of course, as things continue in the AIs.
Well, one of the other things I admire about you is that you're very giving, and like you brought out, you'll help people for those that are needing help or want help, and you always give out free resources that are available. And I just wondered as to if you're in business, it's important for you to reach out to the right links. They say the next worst thing to not having any choices is to having too many choices. And one of the problems I see is there are so many links. So can you guide somebody who's in business to say, hey, if I were you, like David Letterman used to have the top 10, here are the links that you should be considering, and don't waste your money on links that are really not pertinent to your business. So do you help them identify which links to go to?
Well, we usually do that ourselves. We'll do that for our clients. And when I say links, I mean, say, a link from one website to your website. But what you can do on your own is anytime you are involved in an organization, such as the local Chamber of Commerce or maybe a professional organization, make sure they link to your site, and make sure anytime there's an opportunity for somebody to put a link to your website, do so. So I would say, it's helpful to have a lot of links from one website, but it's better to have from multiple websites. So anytime you have that opportunity, that's really the best way to go. And in terms of where to put your effort, websites that are more well-known are certainly going to be more beneficial when you get links from them.
And as far as someone wanting to find out more of your service, can you give us sort of a mock-up for lack of a better word, they call ROSH SILLARS. What sort of questions are your initial conversation?
Sure. Generally, I ask them about their goals. What would somebody type in Google in which you are the solution for? And then we go from there. And we look at the website. We look at your web pages. We look at how they're structured. And I look at the code of the website. And we try to come up with a plan to figure out, okay, right now, what does Google think of your website? What are the areas in which it feels that your website is strong and which are weak? And so we'll often say, despite the fact that you may want to focus another direction, we'll focus in the area in which Google feels you're really strong, make you stronger, and then build out from there. So it's a process, but it's also important to know what is the client's end goal. What type of customer do they want? And then we'll decide maybe we need to do some advertising, because sometimes going the SEO, search engine optimization route, is going to take a little time. So we'll advertise specifically for certain types of customers right now before we attract them organically.
Now, I hate to sound negative, but what are the limitations of a Google business page?
Well, the limitation has to do pretty much with geography and the number of results that Google will show. So Google only shows 3 results, and organic goes on for hundreds. You can keep continuing to look at all the different types of plumbers you want. But local pack at the very top, Google picks 3. So that's where being really active is important. And it'll only show within an area within a few miles around you. So somebody in another part of the state or even sometimes the city will not find you. They'll find the people that are local to them over there. So there are pluses and minuses, but that is a limitation. So you can't just focus on your local My Business unless you only care about, say, the people within your zip code. But if you want business outside of your zip code or your town, then you have to consider more of a aggressive search engine optimization campaign that goes above and beyond the local business Google business page and really focus on getting your website found, like we were just talking about.
So, one of my ichisms, as I like to call it, is that the further back you look, the further ahead you can see. Well, what prompts my thinking in that direction here is that so many people get excited. Oh, I'm going to post my business and it'll be seen all over the world. The truth of the matter is, you really have to come to the realization that you're only going to be effective in a certain part of the population. And ideally, this is maybe over-limiting. I'm a pharmacist, and we used to always go by the adage that we're only going to get our customers within a 5-mile radius. They're not going to drive 40 miles to get to our drugstore. So could that same concept be used with a Google business page? What zip codes or what area do I really want to zero in on? Is that doable?
Yeah, absolutely. That's exactly what a Google My Business page is all about. The Google Business page is really for the local people. And so some people have business pages for multiple offices. So maybe you have multiple locations and you can have a Google Business page for each one of those locations. But it is designed mostly for the local community. And yes, that's exactly a perfect example, such as a pharmacy, that you would use it for. But there are some other types of businesses which are considered destination locations, and or you can go to them, you're a consultant or whatever it may be. So you want to go further than that local Google business page. So that's where that conversation comes in. What type of business are you, and what type of audience are you looking for?
Well, we prompted another thought, which is basic, again, from the old days, is that to be successful in any business is, number one, is you want to find out who the top dog, so to speak, is in your particular business, and what is it that they are not doing that you should be doing, right?
Sure, absolutely. You can learn a lot from the other people that are doing well with SEO or Google or however you want to look at it.
And, I again am reminded about, being a top dog or what have you. This is one of my IKEisms is that life is like a dog sled team. If you ain't the lead dog, the view never changes. So you don't want to be at the tail end, but try to learn from others. That's why I'm so glad that you join us at most of our Entrepreneur Network meetings. Our next meeting is going to be November 20th, 405 North Pontiac Trail in Wall Lake, Michigan. I bring in bagels and cream cheese, so if you want to defray some of the costs, it's only $5, and I'd love to have you in again on one of your wonderful talks. And if anyone is interested in having you as a speaker, what's the best way they can contact you? Go for it.
You can email me, ROSH, ROSH, at rosh.media, or you can call me 248-733-5525.
And I know from our conversations you are actually very flexible. And if you belong to any sort of a business organization that you'd like to have Ross speak at, you're flexible enough that you screen them as to what would they like to know about, and you can usually make the talk specific. Like today, we were talking about Google business pages, and there are so many other areas that you can go into. And if you are looking to have a real fun way of getting together and walking out smarter than when you walked in, join us on a monthly basis. We're meeting right now on the 20th of November at the Lakes Chamber Area Commerce Headquarter Office, 405 North Pontiac Trail. My toll-free number, 888-489-8980. I'd love to have you on again soon. So don't move, okay, Rosh? SILLARS, stick around.
All right, I'll do my best. Okay.
All right. Right now, I got to wrap it up with my favorite parting thought, which is, if you really want to get anything done in life, you'll find a way. And if you don't, you'll find an excuse. And there is no excuse for not achieving your dreams and goals in America, because it is the greatest country in the whole world. Remember, a goal is just a dream with a deadline.